Give them time to answer. If the person has been able to talk to you before, it's likely that they will speak to you again, if you watch some things. People with selective mutism need time to think about what they want to say. But be careful not to wait too long. Depending on the complexity of a question, maybe give them about 30 seconds to 60 seconds to think. But don't stare directly into their eyes. This will make it more uncomfortable for them. Also, be aware of the facial expression in general. If they move their eyes rapidly, seeming to want to escape the situation, it's time to change the topic. Start with closed questions. Saying yes or no is the easiest to begin with, as it doesn't require the person to think and speak at the same time. If not comfortable enough, there's also the opportunity to just shake and nod your head. Try to avoid asking questions where they have to decide. People with selective mutism will try to make the decision that you most likely would want. That increases the anxiety and pressure to say something wrong. Give them the opportunity to answer or participate. Even if there's no answer to expect, the opportunity to give one will make them feel included and that you value their opinion and existence. Those are fundamentals in being able to talk in the future. Take away pressure to speak. Give the opportunity to answer, but don't insist on one. Spend time with them. By spending time with them, you will find out what topics they're interested in and comfortable with talking about. So you get a feeling for what topics you can bring up and which ones better to avoid. Accept and offer alternative forms of communication. For some individuals with selective mutism, it may be easier to write down what they want to say. Alternative forms of communication are not only a topic for face-to-face conversation, but also for making appointments. It can be easier to write an email instead of calling. I know that especially in Germany, many doctors or psychologists don't have a professional email address. So I want to ask every doctor, psychologist, therapist, and literally anyone who works with clients or customers to please set up a professional email address, so that everyone has access to your services. If you still don't believe in selective mutism, even after all that I do on my account, then think of the deaf community who would also benefit from an email account to be more independent of other people. And besides, we live in the year 2021. Alternative ways for oral tasks at school. There can be written assignments as a first step when talking isn't possible at all. Once the student gets more comfortable with talking or already is more comfortable talking, there's also a possibility on one-on-one presentation with the teacher only, or maybe with a good friend when they're more comfortable then. Another option is video chat. Like during the pandemic, we've seen that online classes are possible. So this is another great way to give a presentation. And when a student is not comfortable yet to speak in front of a live audience, it may help when their presentation is recorded before. And as a last point, be patient. In whatever way the individual responds to you, accept it. Don't force something they're not ready for yet. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you want to see or hear more about selective mutism.